Hey y'all, it's Nancy the Handy Scandy. Welcome back for another crafty venture. Hey friends, welcome Saturday Morning Makes. Today is Saturday, May 3rd, I believe, and this is the first Saturday Morning Makes in May. And I welcome you in. I thank you, Miss Jillian Norwood, who is the amazing host and creator of Saturday Morning Makes. Y'all hop over to her channel and show her some love. I'll have her link downstairs in the description box. She's taking a little bit of a break from this kind of thing right now, handling some family business and taking care of those that she loves. And so in the meantime, we send her love and support and all of those good, healing, loving things. So join me in that, y'all, if you will. And in the meantime, I have several different things I want to share with you this morning. I'm going to go ahead and scoot things out of the way. I have some works in progress. I have some completed works. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump on in. I have been working with gel plate prints a lot lately and absolutely loving that. But I also like to use my gel plate prints to actually create cards and things. And one of the, let me see if I can find some paper here, because I didn't think to grab anything. This is a die that I have absolutely fallen in love with. Now, I did get it from Temu. I have not made a Temu purchase in some time and rarely buy crafty things from Temu anymore. But this I've had, gosh, I don't know how long I've had them in my stash now. I also have a wall hanging that's made out of some type of metal, and it's the exact same design. So anyway, I've been using these bats. Last weekend I went on a bit of a die cutting frenzy and I die cut a bunch of them out and wanted to die cut a bunch more and have made several projects. So we'll take a look at those. But I've used several of my gel plate prints in the making process. So these are just some of the other word dies that I had cut out, just having them at the ready. This says for you, but I don't have any way to show that to you because it's all a tangled mess right now. But I used this thanks die. Did it come in a kit? I'm not sure where, in what context I received it, but it is from Simon Says Stamp. I don't think I bought it individually. It wouldn't have been packaged like that. But this is the For You that I said was in a big tangle. That is from Anna White from her I.O. days. This hello is one of my favorite hellos in my whole stash. And again, it looks like this. This is from Pink Fresh Studio. Love that font. It's not quite a script, but it's also not printed, and I think it's very pretty. Here again is my bat die, and then this is the hugs that I showed you that was here. That's also from Anna White during her I.O. days. So whether or not that'll make a comeback, I just don't know. So I'm going to show you card by card, and then I'll show you the products that was used if I haven't, or the products that were used if I haven't already showed them to you. So I'm going to start with my alien cards. I just think they're super cute. Super, super cute. So these backgrounds are swatches from when I was swatching out my new watercolor paints from Dr. P.H. Martin. And I just thought they were fun. This one reminded me of like a planet, you know, from a distance, from outer space, and I thought it was really fun. I've got some obviously layered paper, pattern paper there. I can't remember where that pattern paper is from, but the dies are from Whimsy. And obviously I just used 3 different sizes of the stitch dies. And then these aliens are aliens from Whimsy. They're so, so cute. It is called Space Aliens Die Set. And then the stamp where I got the spaceship is right here. It's really cute. And again, this is called Space Moonies. I actually used this one recently on an ATC. So really, really cute. With these, I used a little knife. It's kind of an X-Acto knife, but it's kind of fancier. It's this blade. It's a teeny tiny little blade. And I used that to cut those innards out, and then I used a little bit of my acetate, I believe, yep, I was going to say, I believe this is all from This Calls for Confetti. So I have a bunch of scraps in here, and I use some scraps to make the spaceship, or the inside, to make it look like glass or a dome, right? These guys came out of this same set. And then I used these sparkle gems on the background. These are the ice ones. The ice doesn't have any color that shifts when the light hits the facets. The diamond sparkle gems has color, and I didn't want there to be necessarily any color. I just wanted there to be light reflecting, like the stars that sparkle. And then of course I used some gold. It's kind of a gold platinum. It's this one, to make the splatters in the background, to again emulate stars. And I did that on the inside. I did the splatter on the inside and a little bit on the back as well. Now this layer is actually packaging. I can't remember what it's from, but it has a glossy side and it has a matte side, and I just thought it was fun. Now I used too much glue, and can you see that buckle? There's actually a couple buckles. It goes this way and then it comes this way. That is from having used wet glue. Unfortunately, I don't know that I can straighten that back out. But there's that one. I think it's super cute. This one is on the same lines. I used this is actually tissue paper, and it was die cut with the, is it Wonky Stitch Rectangle dies from Whimsy? I've had that die cut in my stash for some time now. Yeah, I think it was this one that I used, Wonky Stitch Rectangles. And again, it's been just in my stash. It came from a Honeybee Stamps order several years ago, and I just keep using it and keep using it. And I layered with a piece of black cardstock. And again, this is a swatch from my Hydros watercolors. And then same thing with this little, with the spaceship. I stamped it out. I used that X-Acto knife to cut out the insides, and then I used a little bit of the acetate on the background. I don't know if you can see that acetate, the kind of the shine. And then the splatter and some more of the sparkle gems. Now these greetings are the sentiments, love you to the moon and back, and far out greetings also come from this stamp set, which again is called Space Moonies. So there's that. I thought those were really cute. Something completely different, right? No natural elements on these, no extras in terms of like bows and eyelets and things like that. And on the inside, I just added a little bit of pattern paper from my stash, some more of the splatter, and I had one little alien left, and so I added him right there. I thought that was fun. But these, you can manipulate them quite a bit to put them in different positions. You can see I have their heads cocked in different directions. This guy on this one, I have him kind of leaning in from the side, and his, you know, his shoulders out, and well, you can see. You can see. I just think they're super fun. I love them. Fun, fun, fun. And again, very different. And so here's a couple of examples where I'm using my gel plate prints. Very simple designs. This one is, there's no texture on that. In fact, when I showed the print, it didn't look like much. It's on tissue paper. This is actually tissue paper, like gift package tissue. But I love those colors. It's very soft. It's very subtle. This stencil is one of my favorite stencils, probably in the world. And I was going to use gold as the layer, but I really thought that I wanted the gold on the word and on these little dangles. I wanted those gold bits to stand out as well as the gold on the print, versus having a gold layer to compete with that. So I thought it turned out really cute. Again, I used the sparkle gems just again to add a little bit of sparkle, but I didn't want color to take away from the color story that was already happening there. So nothing on the inside or the back. I did layer it with the same blue cardstock in the background, just to, it made the card a little bit bigger, and it framed out the whole thing in that blue. I think that looks good. Now this one, this is one of my favorite gel plate prints, maybe ever. And it was really hard for me to put it onto a card, but I'm trying not to treat my stuff as precious. I'm trying to use it. right? And so here I used another Hello die. This one came from, I don't even remember now where it came from. Oh, yes I do. It's an old die set. It's Hello Friends, or Friend, Hello Friend, and I can't remember if this was from Gina K or Simon Says Stamp. But yeah, it's Hello and Friend. Hello and Friend. But I only used the Hello. And obviously I did it twice. I cut it out and laid it whoop, twice. And then I added some confetti. Now for these confetti, which one did I use? Did I use the gold hologram? No, I used the Inca Gold because it kind of has, it has an iridescence, or they have an iridescence to them, and they kind of reflect a pink and a bluey green. And so I thought that was perfect because it reflects the pink, this kind of corally, hot pinky background, as well as the tealy blue and the gold, of course. So I thought those were perfect. And it adds just a little bit of interest and shine, but it doesn't take away from anything else that's going on. Now I felt like this panel was too small on its own, so I added this extra layer of white in the background and just ran it through a very simple embossing folder. This is a new one that my friend Lisa gave me. It's new to me, but it's a very simple kind of a geometric pattern that just added a little bit of texture and interest behind it, but it kept the theme of the circles going on in the background. So circle here, circles, circles. See what I mean? So yeah, I thought that was really fun. And on the inside, nothing. On the back, nothing. Haven't gotten that far with them. And on this one as well, nothing else on the inside or the back. And then I'm going to jump to my back cards. Well, let me show you a couple works in progress first, because I don't want to forget them, because this die from Whimsy is gorgeous. These are my works in progress. These were gel plate prints as well. Now this paper is tissue paper too, and it's very, very thin, and in some places I didn't get it adhered down properly. So I'll have to go back and make sure that that's done right. But this is the die from Whimsy, and I think it's very pretty, and I've only used it a handful of times. It is called Coneflower Frame Die. And I think that one time that I did it for a Whimsy video, I actually may have used, was it a gel plate print, or was I playing with alcohol inks on Yupo? I'm not sure. But in any case, it was kind of a mixed media grungy bit. And similar to these, but not the same. Now I have these cut down at different sizes. Obviously, you can see the difference there. The die is the same, but I used the cards. I made the cards different sizes. And I wanted to have just a shiny, simple background to allow the colors and the pattern and all of the grunginess to kind of shine through. So this one I used a shiny black, and this one I used a metallic, kind of a purpley pinky fuchsia. And I feel stuck now. I feel like they need more. I feel like they need texture. I feel like they just need more. What that more is going to be, I don't know. Like I said, they are works in progress. I got to a stuck point and I moved on from them. I thought about them for a couple days and have just moved on since. But if you have suggestions, thoughts, ideas, let me know for sure. When I find the right one that tells me, yep, that's right, then I will use that, and then I will finish them up. But for the meantime, they're getting set aside into a kind of a to-do box, if you will. And yeah, I'll come back. So Tammy Van Antwerp has a box, or I guess it's a basket, that she keeps unfinished projects and stuff that she has set aside. And I think it's on Wednesday. I think she calls it the hashtag What's in Your Basket Wednesday or something like that. And she takes that basket and she chooses one thing and she works to finish it. I haven't been able to watch every video, so I'm not sure if she completes them or if she just furthers her progress in them. But in any case, I think it's a brilliant idea and a fun hashtag to participate in and follow along. So if you haven't checked that out, go ahead and check it out. And I know that she and Carol over at Free Spirit Arts are working on a new hashtag as well. Just trying to get everybody involved and participating and create community again. So again, let me know and go ahead and check out Tammy and Carol. I think you'll enjoy them. All right, what is next? My back cards. So I posted in my community tab the bat and several different backgrounds because I just couldn't decide. And then my plan was just to go ahead and make a card with all the different backgrounds because I couldn't decide. So I took some of your guidance. No one really liked this one, and I couldn't understand why, because I think it's super fun and I like the juxtaposition of the colors with the black and white. I really like that with all of them, to be fair. But I used this frame from Whimsy, and this is that same, what is that called? Embossing folder. Oh my. I forgot to tell you, on this card with the big hello in blue and gold, this word die hello is from this set, from This Calls for Confetti. And this is the Hello Elongated Frame die set. It's very unique. It's lots of fun. And again, I love this font. I thought that was really fun. And this one has a little bit more presence than this tinier one from, I can't remember again if it's from Simon or from Gina K. But I like them both. I love the scriptiness, and thought they were absolutely lovely. And then I also had the other one that I showed you, but that'll be coming up on one of the back cards. So we'll set this aside again. I know I'm kind of all over the place, so forgive me. I hope you're sticking in there with me. So this is the die from Whimsy that I used to create this really fun, kind of funky, spooky frame. This is called Thorny Frame Die. It was part of the Halloween release last year, as I recall, for 2023, and I really, really like it. It's a lot of fun. And then I use just my regular stitched rectangles. I think these are from Creek Bank Creations, if I recall correctly, but that's what I use to just to cut out this panel. And then this one is just cut on the machine. What is that machine called? The trimmer? Yeah. Cut on the trimmer. So there's that one. And then I just added some clear, where are they? Just the ones that are clear. Iridescent clear. These are confetti, again, from This Calls for Confetti. But they are exactly that. They are clear, and they just offer just a little bit of sparkle when the light hits them just right. And then this Feelin' Wicked, I just thought that was kind of funny. That is from this stamp set from Unity, and I've used this one recently as well. So lots of fun. Eerie Enchantment is the name of this set. So Feelin' Wicked. This one is also Feelin' Wicked. I just think it's a lot of fun. I used some of the green pattern paper out of pattern paper kind of booklet that I got from Amazon recently, and I layered them up and put this piece of white cardstock in there to marry them together, but also to repeat the white from the cardstock. And then I used white again for the sentiment to have that white in 3 different places. And of course there's white on the very back of here, but it has more of a grungy kind of beigey tone to it, which is why I use this beigey paper here to pull out the golds and the browns in the background. And again, I was going to use gold, but I opted against it. I like the beige, and that allows the grungy background, the gel plate print, and the bat to kind of shine on here. Now these little sparkle gems, they are a matte black. Well, they're a gloss black, but they don't have any color to them. And they're, again, sparkle gems from This Calls for Confetti. I did pull out these. These are called Rainbow Sparkle, and you can see the color that they have to them. They're a lot of fun, and I thought that I might use them, but ultimately I did not. But I really like that they're there and that they offer that little bit of sparkle. And I purposely cut this a little bit larger over here just to bring some more interest down here to this part of the card. Now the way that I got this sweet little, it's not quite a scalloped edge, I don't know what to call that. That is from this die. And this is from Stampendous. It's part of Fran's line, Frames and Borders. There's lots of good ones in here. And it's this beautiful kind of a scallopy edge. I don't know what you call that type of pattern, but that is what I used to cut these out, and I thought it turned out really nicely. And again, that beautiful grungy gel plate print, so simple in the background, but it adds so much interest, and I'm so glad to use them and put them to use. This one too. This one's made with acrylic paints. This one's made with alcohol ink, and I just think that they're a lot of fun. So I'm going to scoot those two aside so my next ones can kind of shine on their own, if I can find them. Okay, and then this is the rest of that little background that I showed you last week. Let me see. So I have this ATC with the little Frankie monster with this really bright kind of rainbowy background. This is the other piece to that, the other half to that. And, well, I guess the other 2/3. But I really like this ATC, and I think the Frankie looks great on that paper. And I just could not bring myself to cut this into a smaller piece, and I'm so glad that I followed my heart on that, because I think the bat looks amazing on that. Yes, he's a little too big for the paper, but I think it works ultimately, and he just pops. And then this is one of those glitter papers that has the glitter printed into, I don't know how they do it, but the glitter is printed into the paper, y'all. I don't know. And then, of course, I just layered it up. I used my corner puncher. This guy's been getting a lot of work lately. Lots of work. Use him all the time. And then this is that Hello die that I showed you in the beginning. This spider web pattern paper was from my stash. I added just a little bit of extra to the inside, nothing to the back, but I think that says it all. Now, is everybody going to want a bat on a psychedelic background? No. Do I? Absolutely. And if you're one of my friends, you may not like the bat, but you will appreciate the card, is my guess. And then this is the second one. This is that other background that I actually made some time ago trying out different pastes. And I told you that I couldn't cut it down because I didn't want to separate the pink from the rest of it or the yellow from the rest of it. So I said, no, that one has to stay. And so there he is, and I again think it was the right choice. And again, used the corner punchers and mounted it up on a piece of black just to provide some separation from all of this color and pattern going on, and then this chevron pattern. Now, once I got this made, and then I saw this, I really wished that I had used another Halloween-y paper instead of the chevron, but it still works, and I'm not mad about it. It's fine. I just, you know, hindsight. And then there's another piece of that chevron paper on the inside, nothing on the back side. But I am super, super happy with my makes this week. So there's my bat cards. I really wanted to make more, but I just didn't have time. And I have since moved on to more gel plate printing. And I'm participating in a mixed media event this month. It's actually 2 weeks long. I can't remember anybody's names. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll try to put a link to it in the description box so you can check it out if you're into mixed media. But this is day 3 and I haven't even started yet. So I hope to spend some time playing catch up this weekend, and it looks so fun and intriguing. I can't wait to get in there. But these are my makes, y'all. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that you'll hop along and see all the other inspiration that's going on. Use that hashtag SatMornMakes to find other people's videos and posts, whether it's on Pinterest or Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all the places. Go find it. If you want to share your own, again, use the hashtag when you upload your things. And then if you want a specific artist to see what you've posted, make sure you tag them. If you want me to see it, tag me. If you want Jill to see it, tag her. Whoever it might be, make sure you tag us, because sometimes alerts don't come through. I forgot to show you on this one. I did do a little bit more to it because I had these leftover bits. So I went ahead and put them to use. But that is all. Thank you guys. Mwah. I love and appreciate each of you. I send healing hugs and prayers and love. Thank you again. And until next time, I'm out.